So I come from France, and we have a very long metropolitan coastline. We also have many islands all throughout the world. Some of them are low-lying islands. And so the main climate change impact is sea level, augmented by storm surges, which is basically the rise of the water due to the tide and to the atmospheric pressure. And also the wave run up, meaning the wash up and the overtopping, which is creating a lot of damages. And so the challenges is to find resilient solutions in order to protect the population. And a lot of people live near the coast, and that calls for first monitoring and then observing, meaning acquiring data, but also forecasting. And all this data can help to see if the actions taken to protect the coast, either artificial or natural, are efficient. And indeed, the part of the forecasting, which is the object of CoastPredict, is quite important to warn people about the future incoming storm surge, which is going to affect their lives. Well, the beauty about this activity, CoastPredict, and is the partnership, because we cannot do the task of understanding the ocean circulation just by one country at a time. And the other one is co-design, taking advantage of the local knowledge of the behavior of the sea right at the coast. And I guess resilience, which is finding solutions in order to protect the coast from sea level rise and coastal erosion. Well, we are lucky to be in a period where we have a lot of technological advances, in particular in satellite monitoring. I think satellites are very important if we want to have a good global pictures. Of course, making measurement just at the boundary between the land and the coast is sometimes difficult, so we have to push the technology. The other breakthrough is the availability of very high computing power, so we can develop very sophisticated algorithms which are hungry in terms of number crunching, including artificial intelligence, which seems to be doing a pretty good job in taking over the physical modeling. And yeah, I guess the high resolution, the satellite data that we are having now, and what's really nice for the young generation is we have a space program in Europe, of course, but also worldwide, which promises to have access to a very data-rich future. Well, this meeting is it's very important because personally I met a lot of new actors, also the young generation. So it's a pleasure to try to pass on the experience I've acquired over 32 years working at this European Space Agency, and even now working for the Committee for Space Research and organizing capacity building and so on. So I made a lot of new contacts, people interested in the data that we have produced in the past 30 years. We're talking about climate, so 30 years is a very short time. And it's really nice to also see a lot of young people coming from 33 different countries, and a big crowd. I thought it was going to be a much smaller meeting, and exchanging ideas. And so I met people also involved in flood forecasting. So it's not just ocean circulation at the coast, but it's also the impact of freshwater flux to the ocean. And freshwater is also sediment transport, turbidity, and so on. So it really enlarges the view of this very complex system, which is the ecosystem at the coast, both coming from the hinterland and the coastal ocean.